The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus on Read for Minutes, published on the 20th of April 2021, updated on the 20th of April 2021. The 2011 British suspense thriller Kidnapped, directed by Julian Gilbey, can be safely called one of the best survival movies. A fascinating story, a stunning soundtrack, divinely beautiful landscapes, and a sense of concern for the main characters risking their lives. All this fuels the viewer's attention throughout the viewing. Having a rather low budget, its authors compensate for it with quality and skillful realization of the idea on the screen. As with any other movie, there is something to pick on. But you will not notice how quickly the time will fly away. The main characters of the movie are 5 mountaineers, Ed, Rob, Alice, Alex and Jenny, who set out to explore the Scottish Highlands. Having collected the equipment, having a positive and fighting attitude, they set off on their way. However, not having time to pass in the first break, the climbers hear distant screams and, going to the sound, find in the dugout, among the mountain gorges, an unusual find, a girl. She sat here huddled in a dark corner. The girl's name is Anna. She doesn't speak English. She's been kidnapped. The company is tasked with taking her to the nearest point to hand her over to the police. Thus, natural human mutual aid leads to the fact that, starting from this moment, they, without knowing it, become involved in a wild, nightmarish, extremely dangerous game, with minimal chance of winning. A game with complete scoundrels for whom profit is paramount. Child kidnappers who demand ransom from wealthy parents. Will they have the strength to not only save the child, will they have the strength to save themselves? And what will be the price of that very humanity? Because of it, the heroes become prisoners of evil. Here are people for whom life is inconceivable without extreme, people who like to tickle their nerves, who are weary of the lack of thrills. That's why, watching what is happening, there is not such a craving for pity, but the echoes of empathy and complicity the viewer feels literally every moment. These are strong, brave, tough, not lacking in intelligence people who have the power to turn the course of events in the direction they want. Becoming rescuers of their own free will, they take responsibility for the girl in their own hands and, looking into her eyes, realize that there is no turning back. Being victims of circumstances, they do not lose hope for salvation. From the first minutes of the movie it becomes clear that each of them is willful in his own way. And this is the best way to show their character. The character of fearless people, endowed with a strong spirit, the desire to achieve justice. Such as they are, the struggle to the last breath is not frightening. The authors of the movie gave the acquaintance with the main characters a very little screen time. All the subsequent attention was given to the dynamics, chasing, shooting, killing, etc. As if to say that their actions, not words, speak for a person. The actors are mostly unknown, nevertheless, they can be praised for their wonderful acting, played according to all the canons of the genre. Among the whole company the most distinguished is the main character, Melissa George, who played Alice, an attractive blonde, for whom such roles are not uncommon. Being the only one who has traveled all the way to the end, her life is given to her as a reward for past trials. The naturalistic emotions evoke a sense of sympathy for the characters and natural affection for those who care about the fate of others. The choices they make, in favor of good, are only occasionally rewarded by the misfires of criminals, and, as a tribute to realism, justice is only served when there is nothing left to lose. Despite the rapidity of events, the thriller is endowed with a proper psychology and predisposes to a philosophical flow of thoughts. People who have certain fears have the opportunity to face them. For those who are afraid of heights, views of mountains, climbing and falling will cause palpable discomfort. For those afraid of enclosed spaces, a girl buried alive will be a special experience. And those who are tormented by nightmares of being chased by kidnappers will seem to come out of a dream. In essence, this is a movie about a victim whose life, through the fault of villains, turns out to be a commodity, and about her saviors, who happened to be nearby. They could have passed it by and left it to others to deal with. But, for reasons of conscience, they did not. The unpredictable world can give us the most unimaginable surprises. Someone will be unprepared and, having weighed all the pros and cons, or even simply afraid, will leave everything as it was before its arrival, and someone will put his existence on the line. And just such people do not care what will happen to the world, what it will turn into, a clean and protected space, or a scorched, lifeless wasteland.